Hi everyone. Today I'm going to do a movie review for the film The Sanctum 3D. The Sanctum 3D is an executive produced film. It's a film that's executive produced by James Cameron. Um, James Cameron did Avatar and Titanic and a few other famous films. And he was producer, and I believe his CGI team from Avatar was involved with the special effects of the film. At least that's as far as I know. Sanctum 3D is about a group of people who are studying this huge cave. It's actually based off a true story. I think one of the survivors of this event was one of the co-writers of the film. But anyway, they're examining this cave, and there's a huge storm that happens while they're examining this huge cave that's full of dry land and water and rocks, pretty much. And there's some occasional waterfalls every now and then. But there's this huge storm that happens one night while they're examining it, and they just can't get out of this cave. There's the hole to get into the cave was just too big, and nobody could pull them out with the ropes from this huge hole. And so they're stuck in this cave, and they have to figure a way out of it. And the reason why they have to figure it out quickly is because if they stay in there too long, the water will completely rise to the surface, and they'll drown within minutes and die. Um, so they have to figure a way out of the cave. A lot of things and a lot of twists happen on their way, on their adventure out of the cave. So things like that happen. Um, Quite honestly, though, I expected a lot more out of this film since James Cameron was involved. And quite honestly, it was not as good as I hoped it was going to be. If I were to rate this film on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably only give it a very, very weak 7, if not a 6 out of 10. Um, there was a lot of flaws. But anyway, yeah, like I said, they're trying to get out of this cave, and that's pretty much the whole movie at this point. So the whole rest of the movie is the remaining people trying to get out of this cave that's going to be filled with water soon. Um, and yeah, what I just didn't like about it is the characters weren't very good. They weren't very well developed. If something bad happened to them, you really didn't care because you didn't know a lot about them. Um, I thought really the only thing notable about this film is because I saw it in 3D, I actually kind of liked the digital 3D effects throughout the film. And once again, that was James Cameron's participation in the film, was the 3D effects and special effects and the money that went into this film being made. Um, and really, whatever he did in the film, that's probably the only thing good that happened in the movie. Um, there was just a lot of scenes where you're just like, well, that's stupid. And there's just a lot of drama, a lot of. There's some scenes where you're almost feeling like you're watching a soap opera, and that's not the right movie to watch at all. That's a completely different theme that the film should have never used. Um, so Sanctum 3D, only okay. It's quite honestly, I wouldn't spend $9 on it. I wouldn't even spend. I know there's some theaters that only charge you like $5 or $6 for a movie. I wouldn't even spend that much on it. It's really not that good. Um, it might be a Redbox rental, maybe. $1 movies can't go wrong, but I would rent it on Blu-ray. I think they charge an extra 50 cents to $2 for a Blu-ray rental at Redbox. Um, I know a lot of you, at least I hope a lot of you, have Charter on Demand where you get premium movies where you can select a free movie and watch it. Sanctum 3D might be one of those movies where you get to see it for free eventually. Um, that's probably the best praise / recommendation I can give for the film is wait until it's for free to watch. Um, but then again, even if it's free, unless that person or unless your television source doesn't have a 3D capability, you're not going to be able to see it in digital 3D like I saw in the theater. Um, and that's really the only really good thing about the movie was the 3D. And even the 3D got kind of annoying after a while. So, um, yeah, Sanctum 3D, a lot of bad things about it, and not a lot of good things, unfortunately. Um, so Sanctum 3D, I actually might have to give a thumbs down on this one. I don't think I would recommend it to anybody. If you really want to see a good James Cameron film that's centered in a lot of water, a water environment, or an environment that's has a lot of people in a small, tight, cramped space, I would actually recommend the movie The Abyss that James Cameron made in the '80s. Stars Ed Harris. You might want to check that one out instead if you really want to see a good James Cameron underwater film, or just like I said, a tight, cramped space film. Um, so Sanctum 3D might just be one you might want to skip.